Hello, thank you once again for joining me so that we can continue our summary of our quarterly, Managing for the Master. I'm visiting this beautiful place in the woods, but it has no heating. That's why I'm all bundled up inside. The title of the lesson is Giving Back. The main memory verse is found in Revelation 14:13, and it says, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from hereforth. Yes, said the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them." Lesson number 10 is a simple lesson. It actually talks about how, as we near the end of our earning years, as we approach retirement age, how do we manage for the Master? So Sunday, the rich fool, based on Luke chapter 12, verses 16 to 21. Luke chapter 12 tells us the story of this rich man that had already barns full of grains, and he had not only one or two, he had plenty of them. And God had blessed him this year in his harvest. And he said, "Whoa, what am I going to do with so much grain?" And the rich man said, "Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear all the barns that I have, and I'm going to build many more so that I can store what I have and what I earned this season." And the Bible says that, in other words, he was saying to himself, "I'll take care of myself. I'll take it easy. I'll drink and be merry. And I don't have to worry about anything else." But the Bible actually says that he was a fool. Why? Because he didn't know that that night he was going to die. So he was making plans for the future without knowing that today was his last day. So what's wrong about building barns and storing? Is there anything wrong with that? No. I think the lesson was trying to tell us that once you have acquired what you need for yourself, and if God continues to bless you with more, why not think of others? Monday. Monday's lesson's title, "You Cannot Take It With You." And I think we have all heard the saying, you came to this world with nothing, and you will leave this world with nothing. We read a couple of verses. We read Psalms 49:17, where it said, when we die, we don't carry nothing with us. We also read James 4:14, which told us that life is just like a vapor. We're here today and gone tomorrow. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verses 18 to 22 said, "We work hard during all our lives, but when we die, who do we leave all this behind for?" So the point of the lesson on Monday was, why don't you plan your life now that you're healthy and strong, and plan in such a way that not to only store for yourself and for the needs of your family. If you have been blessed enough, why not plan to share with others? Tuesday, begin with personal needs. I found Tuesday's lesson quite interesting, based on Proverbs 27, verses 23 to 27. And the advice we found on chapter 27 was this: that riches don't last forever. That I actually have to plan my life in such a way that if tomorrow I'm gone, I would have provided enough for the future of my family. Actually, God expects me to take care of my family first before I do anything else. So Proverbs was saying, review your finances, because one day you might not be able to work. One day riches might not be so easily accessible. And our plans should include saving some for tomorrow, for those days that when riches are no longer available. It actually said it this way: you should have enough goat's milk for your food, for the food of your household, and for the nourishment of your servants. That's good planning, isn't it? Wednesday, deathbed charity. On Wednesday, we saw a couple of verses, 1 Timothy 6:17, 2 Corinthians 4:18, Proverbs 38, and Ecclesiastes 5:10. While you're alive and strong, while you still have your mental capacities working, why not plan? Plan in such a way that the wealth that you have acquired through all the earning years, you decide what will happen to them once you're gone. It also told us not to put our trust in riches, because riches one day are here and they can also disappear. So Wednesday's idea was that our financial well-being should be planned while we are alive and strong, so that we can decide the day that we are no longer alive, what is going to happen with our wealth. Thursday. So managing for the master is what do we do with the wealth that he helps us acquire? Some he blesses with a lot, some with some, and some with very little. But it's still the blessing of the Lord. And we still have to manage. Managing finances is not only for the rich and wealthy, it's also for those of us that have less. Thursday's point was based on Psalms 24:1, Hebrews 3:4, Psalms 50:10. And the point of these verses was to remind us that everything I owe, everything I have, actually comes from God. He is the source of everything I have. So Thursday was trying to remind us, after you have taken care of your family, have you also taken the time to consider and plan financially to give some of your wealth to God, to give to those that can take the gospel and move it forward after you're gone? So the point of Thursday was, let's plan today and let's set an example of how to manage the wealth that God has given us. Plan wisely while you're alive, so when you pass away, people know what to do with your wealth. And also don't forget that the wealth that you are given is not only for you, but also to help take the gospel forward. So my friend, as you and I plan for our future, especially us that are a little older, as we plan for those retirement years, let's plan wisely and make sure that we provide for the needs of our family after we're gone. We also provide and plan for some giving to help the gospel of God move forward. Thank you for joining me, and see you next week.